Before I say one more word, I need you to promise me something. If even one sentence in this story touches your heart, if even one moment makes you see your life a little clearer, please subscribe to this channel, because what I am about to share is not just my story. It may save the years you still have left. My name is Elizabeth. I am 96 years old, and I wasted 40 years of my life chasing the wrong thing. 40 years, that is longer than many people watching me right now have even been alive. I wake up every morning now, and the first thing I feel is not pain in my bones, it is pain in my memories, because I know something now that I wish, oh, how I wish, someone had told me when I was young. When I was 20 years old, I believed life was a race to be somebody, a race to prove something, a race to make people look at me and say, she made it. I thought if I worked hard enough, if I pushed long enough, if I sacrificed enough, I would finally feel full inside. But I was wrong, so very wrong. At 96 years old, I can tell you this with tears in my eyes and truth in my soul. I was chasing something that was never going to love me back. And the saddest part is, I didn't even realize it while it was stealing my life. 1 year at a time. If you are young right now, please listen carefully. If you are older, listen even closer, because what I am about to tell you is the truth most people discover when it is too late. And I do not want that to be you. I was born in 1930. Life was hard back then. Nothing came easy. Not food, not money, not comfort. My father worked with his hands every day, sun up to sundown. He came home tired, quiet, broken in ways he never talked about. My mother, she loved deeply, but she was always worried. Worried about bills, worried about the future, worried about us. And I remember standing there as a little girl, watching them struggle and making a promise to myself. I said one day, I will never live like this. I said one day I will be successful, but I didn't even know what that word really meant. To me, success meant safety. It meant no fear. It meant no pain. It meant never feeling small again. So I worked hard in school, harder than anyone else. While other girls laughed and played, I studied. While other girls dreamed about love, I dreamed about escape. I thought love could wait. I thought happiness could wait. I thought life could wait because I believed there would always be time later. That is the biggest lie life ever tells you. It whispers, not now, later, and you believe it. You believe you can delay joy. You believe you can delay love. You believe you can delay living. But life is not waiting for you. It is moving quietly, slowly, stealing your years while you are busy chasing something that may not even matter. I remember the first time someone told me I was special. I was 23 years old. My boss looked at me and said, Elizabeth, you are going places. Those words, they lit a fire inside me. For the first time in my life, I felt seen. For the first time, I felt like I mattered. And from that moment on, I gave everything to my work. Everything. I worked longer hours than anyone. I said yes to everything. I never rested. I never slowed down, because every time someone praised me, It filled a hole inside my chest, a hole I didn't even know was there, and I became addicted to that feeling, the feeling of being needed, the feeling of being important, the feeling of being admired. It felt better than anything else, better than rest, better than peace, better than love, or at least that is what I told myself. But slowly, quietly, something else was happening. Something I didn't see, something I didn't notice. My life, my real life, was passing me by. Moments I would never get back. People I would never get back. Time I would never get back. And I didn't even realize it because I was too busy chasing approval from people who would forget me the moment I stopped producing. I remember the day my mother called me. Her voice was soft, weak. She said, "Elizabeth, can you come visit me?" And I said the words that still haunt me today. "I am busy." I said, "Maybe next week." Next week? I thought next week was guaranteed. I thought time was something I owned. I thought she would always be there. But she wasn't. She died 3 days later, and I never saw her again. I never held her hand. I never told her thank you. I never told her I loved her one last time because I was busy chasing something that could have waited, busy choosing work over the woman who gave me life. And do you know what happened? The world didn't stop when she died. My job didn't stop. My boss didn't stop. Nothing stopped except my heart. For the first time, I felt the truth. Work did not love me. Work did not hug me. Work did not cry for me. Work did not care that I had lost the most important person in my life. And still, I went back to it because by then, I didn't know how to stop. Years passed. Fast, faster than I could understand. One day I was young, and the next day I wasn't. I missed birthdays. I missed holidays. I missed quiet dinners with people who loved me. And I told myself it was worth it. I told myself I was building something important. I told myself I would enjoy life later. Later, that dangerous word again, but later kept moving, later kept running, later never arrived. And then one night, I came home to an empty house, no voices, no laughter, no one waiting for me, just silence. And for the first time, I asked myself a question I had been avoiding my entire life. What was it all for? I had money, I had respect, I had titles, but I did not have warmth. I did not have memories. I did not have the moments that make a life feel real. I had spent 40 years climbing a ladder, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. And at 96 years old, I can tell you this truth with absolute certainty. The things you think matter most are often the things that matter least. And the things you ignore are often the things that matter most. And I learned that lesson far too late. There was a moment, I remember it so clearly, it still hurts to think about. I was 67 years old. I had finally retired. All those years, all that work, all that sacrifice, it was over. And I sat in my chair that first morning, staring out the window, waiting to feel proud, waiting to feel peace, waiting to feel complete. But instead, I felt empty. I didn't know what to do with myself. You see, when you spend your whole life chasing one thing and then suddenly it's gone, You don't know who you are anymore. My phone didn't ring. No one needed me. No one asked for me. The world I had given everything to moved on without me. Just like that. It was like I had never existed. And that's when the truth hit me harder than anything else ever had. I had built my entire identity on something that was never mine to keep. I had traded my life for something that disappeared overnight. And the worst part wasn't losing the work. The worst part was realizing what I had lost along the way. I had lost time, precious time with people who loved me without needing anything in return. Time I could never buy back, not with all the money in the world, not with all the regret in my heart. Time does not forgive. It does not wait. It just goes, and once it goes, it's gone forever. I remember sitting alone one night in complete silence, and I asked myself a question that brought tears to my eyes. Did I really live, or did I just work? That question, it broke something inside me, because I knew the answer. I had spent my life preparing to live, preparing, but never actually living. I was always waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time, the perfect future. But the future became my past before I even noticed. I thought success would bring me peace, but success brought me loneliness. I thought achievement would fill my heart, but achievement left it cold. The truth is, people don't remember you for how hard you worked. They remember how you made them feel. They remember your laugh, your kindness, your presence, and I wasn't present. Not really. My body was there, but my mind was always somewhere else, always chasing, always running, always missing the moment I was standing in. And now those moments are gone. All I have left are the memories of what I didn't do. When you reach 96 years old, you see things differently. You see through the lies. You see through the noise. You see what truly mattered all along. And I will tell you something most people don't understand until the very end. The small moments were the big moments. The quiet conversations, the simple dinners, the laughter over nothing, the people who loved you, even when you had nothing to offer them. Those were the treasures, not the titles, not the money, not the approval of strangers. None of that stays with you. None of that sits beside you when you are old. None of that holds your hand when you are afraid. Only love stays. Only connection stays. Only the moments you shared with others stay. Everything else fades. I spent 40 years chasing something that could never love me back, and I ignored the people who loved me for free. If I could go back, I would choose differently. I would sit longer. I would listen more. I would love louder. I would stop rushing through the very life I was trying so hard to build. I know some of you listening right now are doing exactly what I did. You wake up tired. You push yourself harder. You tell yourself it will all be worth it someday. You say just a few more years, but please listen to me. Someday comes faster than you think. One day you wake up and your life is behind you and you cannot go back. You cannot fix it. You cannot relive it. You can only remember it. And memory is a painful place to live when it's filled with regret. I don't want you to feel what I feel. I don't want you to sit where I sit, wishing for one more chance, one more hug, one more conversation, one more ordinary day that you once thought was nothing special, because those ordinary days are your life, not someday, not later. Now, right now, this moment is your life. Do not trade it for something that will forget you. If I could sit across from my younger self today, I would hold her hand and I would say this: Elizabeth, slow down. You do not need to prove your worth. You do not need to earn your right to exist. You are already enough. I would tell her to love more, to laugh more, to stop chasing approval from a world that will never be satisfied. I would tell her that the greatest success is not what you achieve, it is who you love and who loves you. At 96 years old, I have learned the truth. Life was never about the chase. It was about the moments, the people, the love. And if you are listening to me right now, you still have time to change, time to choose differently, time to live. Please do not wait until you are 96 years old to realize what truly matters. And if my story touched your heart, if it opened your eyes, please subscribe to this channel, because sometimes one story can save a life. And maybe today that life is yours